Are you ready to hear my 3 ways to get moving faster in your boutique business? Yeah? You're in? Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for joining me. If you're watching the replay, I'd love for you to say hi and tell me where you're checking in from. I'm gonna get right into these tips, and they're gonna be good for you if you're new or maybe you've been in business for a while and you feel like things aren't moving quite as quickly as you want them. And they're gonna be easy to implement tips. So tell me, like I said, say hi, tell me where you're checking in from. I haven't been on Facebook Live in a little minute and a hot second. So I'd love to check in with you guys and see what's up for you and see how you're doing. Hey, April. I'm going to quickly share this. Well, first of all, hi, I'm Emily Benson. I am the Forbes and InStyle Future founder, coaching consultant at Stylish and Successful and the Fashion Truck. And I'm the author. Why do I never have my book? My best-selling book, The Ultimate Boutique Handbook, available now on Amazon.com. Just search Boutique Handbook. It will come right up. And hi, you guys. Great to see you. Hi, Jana. Hi, Jenny. Oklahoma. What's up? Hi, Stephanie and Megan. Good to see you guys. Hi, April. We've got some new people. We've got some of my ladies on. I love it. And I'm going to quickly share this inside my Facebook group. If you're not in there yet, you should join. It's a really hot to trot group of women who are super positive and want to help each other be really successful. If you hang out with me, you get to hang out with some of the most positive people on the planet, women who are ready to make lots of friends and make lots of money, because that is my motto. And if you haven't been listening, you guys, this week and last week, and actually next week also on the podcast, the Boost Your Boutique podcast, available on iTunes and Stitcher, I am telling you why you need to start paying yourself, because I heard that a lot of people aren't paying themselves, and it made me really upset. So I hope that you're listening in to the podcast. So I'm going to tell you the 3 ways to get moving faster in your business once I quickly share this over to the Fashion Truck Tribe. So if you want to join, all you have to do is use the search bar above here on Facebook and search Fashion Truck Tribe. Will pop up. It takes a couple days to get you approved. But once you're in, oh my God, there's like 2-3 years of information in there. Like we have, if you're looking for vendors, if you're looking for a community, we are it. All right, I'm posting that. Okay, so let me get right into this. Why you're moving faster, how to move faster, okay? Are you ready for this? So number 1, I see a lot of people getting stuck. Okay, they're getting really stuck in their own way. Maybe they're not starting, maybe they aren't growing as fast as they want to be. And what I found is that 9 times out of 10, it's because they're not in alignment. Meaning, what does that mean? When you're not in alignment, you are doing things and thinking things that don't feel good to you. So one of the best pieces of advice I can give you is to follow the fun, okay? So where do we fall out of alignment? Well, one place is that we think we should be doing certain things and we're doing them, but they don't feel good. So for a while, I kind of took a break from Instagram because it just wasn't feeling like a place where I could give my energy to. So I let my Instagram kind of sit. There's content there, there's links there, you know, it wasn't a big deal, but I didn't probably touch it for 2 months. Guess what? I still gained like 50 new followers. I still had, you know, links, and like I said, I still had everything sitting there. So it wasn't like I was totally dead. And I would direct people to places that were alive, right? That were in a place where I was feeling good about it. I was coming on Facebook Live. I was doing my podcast. I've been in the Fashion Truck Tribe, right? And so for me, I'm always focused on what feels the best. For me, that's video, okay? You have to find what's the best for you. Sometimes I get really into writing. That's kind of an on and off thing. I always feel like doing video. You guys, I would do Facebook Lives like every other day if it wasn't super draining. And that's when you know you're having fun, because you're really giving it all and you're really showing up for people. And so I want you to think in your business, and I'd love for you to drop something in the comments. Tell me where you feel best in your boutique business. So is it like Is it on Facebook? Is it in your store? Is it doing Facebook Lives? Is it in your Facebook group? Is it on Instagram? Like, what are you guys totally vibing with that feels really good? Because this is where we find our alignment. This is where we find where we can just flow. So I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you feel like is that for you? And maybe you don't know, and that's okay. If you don't know, this is where we have to figure out what it is for you, okay? And this is where a lot of my coaching comes in. This is where people get a lot of clarity out of my programs, out of my membership, all that stuff. And so I'd love to hear from you guys where you think you feel most aligned. Stacey says, I do my best in the store. I love working with the customer. I love that, Stacey. I love that. Hi, LaKarsha. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Stacey and Jenny. Jenny's loving the Pay Yourself series. I love it too. Hey, Sunday. Good to see you. Hi, Jessica. Awesome. So many awesome ladies. If you're just joining me, say hi. Say hi. Tell me where you feel best in your business, okay? Because my advice for you, so Stacey said she feels best in the store with her customers. So Stacey, I would be there as much as I can. And like we've talked about this, the balance between work and home, but when you feel the best aligned, this is where you can also pull your stories and your ideas from, right? So I would love to see you, even in your store, have some of the people that work for you take pictures of you working with people in the store. I know you don't love video, but this is a great highlight because I think so many women want to come into a store. They want to work with someone. They want to know that someone's going to come and care for them. So for you, I think it would be a really awesome thing if you could talk about that in your emails or in your Facebook page and just say, hey, I'm Stacey. I'm the owner of this Tickled Pink. I absolutely love working with customers. Come on in. I'm going to help fit you for your shape, your size. I'm going to help you find a gift that you need. You know, I think so many of us forget to talk about ourselves when we have a boutique. We think it's about the clothes or the trends or, you know, everything else but ourselves. But to be honest with you, the one thing I learned in my boutique and the one thing I'm learning in this business too is that it's all about you. It's all about the owner. And so many people want to work with the owner. And I think that when your passion comes through as an owner, that's when you really get to shine. And that's when you start to like be magnetic. And so one of the reasons I want to suggest to you all to consider being in alignment is because that is where we shine the most, right? That's why I do so much video. I love video. I feel so aligned. I feel so good showing up here for you guys like this. And what I've noticed is whenever I do a video, lots of people join, lots of people watch the replay, lots of people enjoy it on YouTube. And so for me, that's been something that I want to do more of, right? So when you find something that's aligned, then you just double down on it and you go harder with it, okay? Let me see if anyone else. Oh my gosh, so many other people. Hey, Brooke. Brooke says, Insta story. Love that, Brooke. And that one's so good for you because you love taking pictures and you love telling stories. I think that's so awesome. April says she loves my earrings. Thank you. I got them from Golden Stella. They're at America's Mart in Atlanta. I love Golden Stella. They're one of my favorite jewelry vendors. Hi, Tia. Sunday says Facebook Lives and pop-up events are my favorite. Love it, Sunday. So for you, I would double down on that. I would do maybe 2 Facebook Lives a week for a little while if it feels really good. I would make sure that you were booking events on weekends. You know, again, we're not trying to push ourselves too hard, but we're trying to figure out where we feel really good, because when we feel good, we want to do more of it. It's like that follow the fun principle, right? And so as we're feeling good, we just keep going and we keep going. Jennifer says, hi. Hi, Yvonne. Good to see you. Opening soon. Amazing. Erin says, I feel best doing live videos. Awesome, Erin. So again, like you too, definitely do more lives. Marissa says, I dread lives, but once I'm live, I love it. It's kind of like going to the gym, huh? But I just started, so I'm the employee, so I love it so much. And most of us are single employees as boutique owners, you guys. Like so many of us. I operated by myself for so long. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think so many other women who are shopping with boutiques, they want to like connect with women. I think where we can be the best in our business is when we, I'm getting darker, when we get to connect with women like on that level. So I definitely think it's not a bad thing to be alone, but I definitely, you absolutely want to make sure you're like protecting your energy. Sorry, I have to plug you guys in. I'm having like battery problems. I just did a silly live with no response. I'm not doing well with Facebook engagement, but Instagram works well. So Tia, maybe Instagram's a place where you want to focus for a little while, right? This is what we have to learn, is that we have to learn that not everything is for us, right? Not everything is something that we like to do. Like for me, for a long time, I did one-on-one clients. I love having one-on-one clients. I just can't have a ton of one-on-one clients. I keep my one-on-one clients really small. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, you have to either go through 6-figure blueprint or you have to do an intensive with me, because what I know is that I shine in groups. And so when I do 6-figure blueprint or when I do any of my like little pop-up groups, that's where I'm just like having so much fun. And so when you find that alignment, you just want to keep doing it, right? Okay. April's getting ready for your first event. Amazing. Hi, Courtney. Good to see you. Okay. Amisha says, I've been struggling since February. I'm trying to post regularly, like you say. I joined my page and group and it looks like sales dropped. I don't know if timing is bad. I'm trying not to get discouraged. So Amisha, the thing is the minute you say you're struggling is the minute you will start to struggle, you guys. So we create our own realities, okay? The fact of the matter is you're saying you're struggling, and so that's what's showing up for you. So I need you to stop saying that, Amisha. Like, number one, stop that. And I need you to focus. So my second tip here for moving faster in your boutique is to get really focused. Get really focused on getting your head straight, getting your mindset in check, okay? Because it's very easy to slip up. It's very easy to slip up in the winter. It's very easy to decide that the J months are bad, like that old weird saying that's not true. When you can get focused on yourself and your business, and when I say yourself and your business, I mean the more you take care of yourself, the more your business will get taken care of. Honestly, this is true. And when you can get focused, you will move faster. So many of us have spread our energy out, right? Like you say you have a group and a page. Guess what? Split energy. You're not showing Facebook what it is you really want, right? Now, once you find what's aligned for you, that's where you focus, right? So it's sort of a step-by-step situation here. We step into our alignment, then we get really, really focused on it, okay? And when I say we get focused, what are we doing? We're doing mindset work. So we're journaling about it. We're adding mantras to our phone. I have a whole training just on money mindset inside Boutique Elite membership. That's so good. And if you've been through 6-figure blueprint, you know we do so much mindset work in there. And actually, I don't know if I should tell you this, but I'll just tell you. So many of you have asked lately about doing more mindset work and what that looks like and how I've created more 6-figure years with this business doing mindset work. I'm actually going to launch a mindset bootcamp in a couple weeks. So get excited for that. I am really excited for that. It's going to be a 4-week bootcamp. I can't believe I'm telling you this. I don't even have like a page for you to go to or anything yet. It's all outlined. It's all like a lot of this stuff is on paper, but I'm so excited because I'm seeing so many shifts in 6-figure blueprint where like money's coming at people. People are like dealing with their stress better. Like I just see all these shifts and I want to make sure that like everyone has a good mindset going into their business or continuing to work with their business. So that's coming soon. So, give me some hearts if you're ready for a mindset bootcamp. I would love to see your feedback about this. Hey, Holly. Holly's going to hear all about this tomorrow on our call. So you guys, the first 2 tips were 1, okay, good, I'm getting a lot of hearts. Yeah. 1 is you have to get in alignment. What feels good? 2 is you have to get focused on that, and you have to get focused on doing the mindset work that's going to get you there, okay? And this is the part that we resist the most. I do too, okay? Like for a while, I was like, I don't need to journal. I don't need to listen to my mantras. Like I'll swipe up when I see that daily mindset reminder pop up in my scheduler. And you guys, it wasn't good. I like need it. We all need mindset work. The minute we think we're done with mindset work is the minute we are just going to go, okay? And when I say mindset work, I mean like really digging into what's holding us back, why we're sluggish, why we feel stopped, why we're worried about money. That's a huge mindset block if you're worried about money. And that's where we have to dig in. And literally the way I would journal about if you're worried about money, I would write at the top of the page, why am I worried about money? And I would just let it flow. I would let the worry flow out onto the page, get it out of my body, okay? Because so many of us hold things in and then we get worried. Like Amisha was like, I'm struggling. She's holding it all in. Even just her writing that here on this page, you just released a lot of that, Amisha. And so that's a lot of the work that I'm moving into doing, is a lot of this energy work and a lot of like letting things go that aren't working. Because so many of you, I see you in the Fashion Truck Tribe. So many of you need mindset adjustments. We all do. Okay. It's like not a joke. So get in alignment, get focused. And my third tip is get help. Okay. You got to get help. I have continued to hire more help because I know if I want to reach the levels in my business that I want to reach, if I want to have that New York Times bestseller, if I want to have $500,000 in sales in my business, if I want to get to these really big, amazing numbers that like kind of scare me a little bit, the mindset work is great and it's going to get me there, but getting help is going to get me there even faster because I can't see my own blocks. And that's the thing is I see you guys like, Amisha, you couldn't see that just by writing like, I'm struggling in my business. You couldn't see that that was a block. But the minute I'm like, yo, like you're blocking yourself, like stop, you got to let that go. You can't have that in your vocabulary. You're like, oh my God, right. And I know thank you for volunteering your example. But that's the thing is the more we say, like, so Stephanie, help is hard to find. It's actually not hard to find. I'm like, again, that's a block right there, Stephanie. You 100%, it's easy to find help, right? And I know this. Part of what we do is we get in our heads and we don't trust our gut. One of the things that my Chinese medicine doctor keeps saying to me, she said it to me today in our appointment. She goes, Emily, your body knows. Your body knows what's right for you. And it continuously reminds me that I do know exactly what's right for me. And what happens is I get in my head like we all do. So Stephanie, like when you get in your head and you say, help is so hard to find, that's not true. Like trust your gut. Like say, what am I looking for, right? What does my gut tell me that I need? How can I find it? And maybe I actually don't need to look for it that hard. Maybe I need to relax to receive this help. Because that's the other part is we try so hard to control everything in our lives. We're like, well, we can fix that. We can fix that. Sometimes the best thing we can do for ourselves is to surrender and relax. And that has been a really hard lesson that I'm still continuing to learn because I get dipped into the like, well, I can control all this. And then I dip back into the like, okay, actually, Emily, you can't control this and that's okay. And everything's still working out for you and everything's still going to be all okay. The more I try to control it, the more I try to nitpick in it, actually, the harder it gets. And actually, the more worried I get. And actually, then I just get more in my own head and I just end up with all this scattered energy, not moving forward at all. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Cece says, I was just thinking on my way home from the store that I miss working with you, especially on mindset. Yes, it's like, honestly, I think you guys, I love strategy and I love numbers and I love like looking at sell-through and an assortment mix and like all this stuff. Like, listen, I am like a total retail nerd. But what I will tell you is the older I get and the more I get into this personal development work, even on myself, like I was recapping today. Last year I got Reiki level 2 certified. I'm a Spirit Junkie certified coach, like a May Cause Miracles coach. I had so many different like healings and I am like an essential oils distributor now, which I don't really sell, but I use it. And all of these things in my toolbox, I learned EFT. I mean, I've been doing EFT for so long and tapping, but like I've actually started like teaching it in some of my groups. And this is like where the actual mindset breakthroughs come from, is like going deeper and deeper. And this is where actually my path I know is going. So this mindset bootcamp, like, look, I'm getting so red because I'm getting excited. This is what happens. I get excited and I'm in alignment here. I'm on video. I'm talking about the stuff I love the most, right? And like you guys are like, yeah, right? Getting your mindset right. Yeah. And it's like, that's the thing is I think that we all think that our business can be fixed through something outside of ourselves. through like selling more or hiring another person or I don't know, adding an online boutique. Like we all think like, oh, this other thing outside of ourselves is really going to change the whole course of our business. And like, it's not. It's really not. Because at the end of the day, if you're not in alignment, if you're not in a place where you can add those things, then it's just going to fall flat. Right? And I see this happen all the time as we think that, oh, we can add this other thing. Oh, we can do this thing. I did it in my own boutique. I was like not feeling like aligned with the brick and mortar store that I opened, but I didn't see it as that. This was a few years ago. So I wasn't as like with it as I am now. And my brick and mortar store wasn't aligned with where I was at in my life. And what happened is I started to be like, well, I should add this. I should add styling. I should add kids' fashion parties. I should teach drawing because like I can do that, right? And I got so out of focus. And that's why one of my tips is get focused. And by getting focused, I could have helped my business. I didn't. I actually chose to hire help. I did my first group coaching program. And that's where things started to really shift for me. And that's where I started to learn all this stuff. Once I hired a coach, hired a group, was in a group and really got weekly coaching, that's where everything started to shift for me. That's where I started to open up and be like, oh my gosh, I am not in alignment here. And this is why I've been so unhappy. And this is why I'm seeing this massive shift in my money, my energy, and how I feel about myself. So yeah, mindset is huge. Okay. It's 9:22. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for me? I'd love to just do a little bit of open coaching. There's a lot of you here. So if you can just type your question and try to make it like really simple, like not simple, but try to like get to the point because I can only see like 3 lines on the comments. So type your questions. I would love to answer whatever questions you have about this or whatever's going on in your business. I'm here to help. And while you do that, I'm going to let you know that right now the Boutique Elite membership is open. What that is, it's the monthly membership program where you get access to a training library of like everything from some of this mindset stuff to how to build your online boutique so it's SEO keyword compliant. What else do I have in there? How to build your product assortment. How to track your inventory, how to analyze your sales year over year to project what you need for the next year. I have visual merchandising training in there. I have book clubs. I have meditations. I have like all this other stuff. It's such a good library. You can go to boutiqueelitemembership.com and see everything that's included. There's also a monthly 1-hour coaching session with me in our private community, our Facebook. I do a Facebook Live in our private Facebook community. And so you'll get one-on-one access to me once a month, which is like priceless. Because this is going to slow down because I'm going to be in lots of groups soon. So, okay. All right. Let me see your questions. April, best advice for your first event. Yes, best advice is to make sure you are posting a lot online. Make sure that the event organizer is marketing it a lot because you want people to come out. Don't bring everything you have. My best advice. If you do, put it under the table in a bin. The one issue I see with so many women, and this goes for direct sales and boutique owners, is they have too much stuff and people are overwhelmed. And like that's the one way to kill your business is to have too much stuff. And the second way to kill your business is to be at too low of a price. So many people at events think, oh, well, I'm next to craft vendors. No, like be at your 3x margin and don't care. That is my best advice. Make sure you have cash. Make sure it looks good. Like you want your table to look really nice. You want your racks to look really nice. I have in the Boutique Elite membership, I have 2 trainings on visual merchandising that are amazing because that is something that I'm like really, really good at. So yeah, I would say that's my best advice for your first event. And have fun. Don't stress. Like try to get sleep the night before. You're not going to, but okay. Debbie says, I feel like I post great ads, getting tons of likes, but not many new subscribers. I'm confused about the Facebook stuff. So Debbie, are you I think you did say you were doing ads through the Facebook manager. So here's the thing is I would just make sure that you're doing conversion ads and you're not doing page-like ads. It's really hard for me to comment on ads when I don't know your business and I can't see your ads. So what I will tell you is, number one, make sure you're going through Facebook Ads Manager on Google Chrome. Okay, that's step number one. Step number two is make sure you're doing conversion ads. Step number three is make sure that you have your pixel installed on your website. So necessary. That's huge. Lastly is make sure you have good ad copy. I mean, so many people on their Facebooks, I go to their boutique site and they're just like, what a cute top. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, honestly, like you need to become a good copywriter. If you're going to do ads and you're going to be posting on Facebook, that's so huge. So that's what I would say. I would also just double check that like you shouldn't really be running ads if you have less than 500 likes on your Facebook page. You're not going to get anywhere. You have to organically grow that to be a little bit bigger. The other thing is that when you do Facebook Live videos, it's going to help your ads. So the more active your business page is, the more you're going to get lower cost per click on your ads. So if you're interested in learning more about ads, I do an entire section on it in Six Figure Blueprint, which I'm running again at the end of April. The doors will open for that. So those are my best tips, Debbie. Jessica, mindset podcasts or other podcasts to get us started besides your wonderful podcast. Thank you, Jessica. That's very sweet of you. I would say the Brendan show. Brendan Burchard is one of my favorite high performance coaches. Abraham Hicks, anything from Abraham Hicks on YouTube. I love Gary Vaynerchuk. He's super intense. If you're really intense and you're like really type A and aggressive, you might like Gary Vaynerchuk or Grant Cardone, who wrote a book called, he does like, his thing is all 10X. Those two guys would be really good. And I always love Tony Robbins. I mean, I think Tony Robbins and Brendan Burchard are always sort of my go-tos. So really good places to start on mindset. Also, Denise Duffield Thomas. If you haven't read the book, Get Rich Lucky Bitch, I highly suggest you read that book. It is so good. I love it. Okay, Georgia says, top 3 things you tell a new brick and mortar startup. I think you've already rented the space. I feel like I saw you in the Fashion Trick Tribe, Georgia. So since you've already rented the space, top 3 tips. Number 1, always have amazing windows. If you have good windows on a main street, you need to make sure they are on point all the time with great outfits, totally visible that you can see like the outfits. And then, 6%. Okay. And then, so make sure your windows are really good. Make sure you get involved in the community. That's huge. Once you have other people start to like talk about you, that's going to be really big. And don't over assort yourself. Just because you have a lot of, I've given the advice to a lot of boutiques to make their boutique actually smaller, to add a wall. Because what happens is a lot of us move into these big spaces and we're like, we have to fill every inch of it. And actually then we own all this inventory and it's not that good. So just make sure you're not like, you don't have too much stuff, and make sure you have a good variety of stuff. Make sure you add some like lip glosses, make sure you have scarves, necklaces, bracelets. You know, I wouldn't necessarily add like home decor and things like that, but I would 100% make sure you have upsells. If you haven't listened to episode 204 of the podcast, it's called The Upsell, and it talks about making sure you have items where you can upsell. So those are my top 3 tips. Jessica, what do you think about creating an app for our boutique? Any recommendations? I think that's a waste of your time and your money. I don't think anyone cares to download an app anymore. I think that's kind of like past. I would honestly leverage the social media that everyone's already on, because like you're just asking for people to come and like do this whole other separate thing. Like I actually am about to give someone in one of my groups advice. They keep posting videos on YouTube and I'm like, stop making people go somewhere else to see your video. Like just post it on Facebook. It's very like the less clicks, Jessica, that people can do, the better. And honestly, I don't think many people are going to think, oh, I got to open this app. The apps, what are the apps we most all open? Instagram and Facebook, maybe Snapchat, depending on your customer. But I wouldn't do it. I think it's a waste of money. I think it's a distraction. You're welcome, April. Tia, what should my first week open look like online and brick and mortar? What do you mean? Like, how much money are you gonna make? What does it look like? Tia, I need you to clarify. What are you actually trying to ask me? Thank you. Myra, I hope I'm getting that right. I'm sorry. I've done a few live sales and I feel awkward when not a lot of people watch or interact. So I finish faster than I should. How do I pump myself up to keep going? Well, number one, Myra, I would say make sure you're listening to some fun music before you go live. I would also just know that people are going to watch after. It's proven that like 90% of video watchers watch the replay. So just make sure that you know that people are watching the replay. And people are going to buy from the replay. So I would say that. And I would also just say stop feeling awkward. One of the best things, I did a World's Greatest Speaker training with Brendan Burchard, who I just talked about. And Brendan Burchard said, when you get on stage, you can be anyone you want because no one really knows who you are. And so those of you that have met me in person, you know, like I'm pretty similar, but like when I come on video, I definitely get like a little more pumped up because I'm like, this is my show. This is my stage, you know? And so I would, Myra, not be worried. Like if you want to be a boutique superstar, you just friggin' own it. Like, and that is all about being in alignment with who you are and like who you want to serve. And so I wouldn't worry. Good, Debbie. Hey, Carol. Good to see you. I've loved all things spiritual for many, many years. Tarot, Reiki. Yes, girl. Now I'm loving this mindset journey in the 6-figure blueprint. Yay. Awesome, Carol. I just love you, Carol. I saw you on the call last night. Okay, Amisha, when I do Facebook Lives, is it awkward waiting for individuals to hop on? What are some ideas to do while waiting? Yeah, it is awkward and I never suggest it. I never wait for people on here. I'm always like, boom, let's go. Because like I said, 90% of people watch the replay. So Amisha, I would just say, get into it. I would just make sure as you're opening up, just say, hey, anyone watching the replay, say hi. I'd love to hear where you're checking in from. I'm Amisha. I'm the owner of this amazing boutique called blah, blah, blah. And here's how you can order with me. I'm going to show you some of my favorite items tonight. Here we go. That's it. Don't wait for people. Because here's the thing, when I get on someone else's Facebook Live and I'm watching the replay and they're like, I'm just going to wait for some people. I'm like, bye. And I'm gone. Like no one wants to listen to that. Jennifer asks, email campaigns versus text alerts. I'm a really bad person to ask about this. Number one, statistics show that email has the highest ROI. I just actually was talking to a guy who works for a shoe company, a big shoe company, and they have 2 million people on their email list. Can you imagine? 2 million people. I love it. He is the email marketing manager. And so we were talking all about how email has the highest ROI. He's like, we send an email and we like make a bunch of money. And I'm like, oh, that is amazing. But I have heard great things from people who use text alerts. I hate text alerts personally, so I think that's also why I don't like it. But people will tell you that text is good. I would say test it with both of your audiences. I would test so whenever you do a test, you want it to be very scientific. So I would send the exact same promotion out to both text and email and track it over like a month or two and see what response you get, and see how much money you make from each, and then go with the one that you make the most from. Easy? Cool. Okay, so Jennifer, I think I answered that. Tia, just curious what the first week feels like. When I was in real estate, they would give an outline idea of what the first week felt like. I think it's gonna feel really like you don't know what you're doing, to be honest. I think in real estate, it's a totally different business. I don't know, I think the first week when you open your boutique, you feel nervous, you feel worried, you get caught up, like this is why mindset's so important. You get caught up and no one's gonna buy, only my friends are gonna buy, no one's gonna come through the door. And like, frankly, it's not true. I think like, if you have a good plan, if you're marketing, if you're really like have a great assortment, you're gonna do fine. Other than that, I mean, it's just like opening any other business. You're gonna be nervous, but you're also going to be really excited. I don't think, honestly, Tia, I don't think it's very cookie cutter. I think it's everyone's own individual experience. And it's just, you know, here's the thing. You get to create your own reality. So the bottom line of all of this is that whatever kind of first week you want to have and you choose to have, that's what your first week is going to be. So that's my spiritual answer. Okay. Maddie. Hey, Maddie, good to see you. Got my attention. Hey, girl. Yeah, thank you. My energy is really bright today. Absolutely. Just talk. Yes, Carol. Like there's thousands of people watching. Yeah, Lisa. Get it, girl. Signed up for bootcamp and elite today. Awesome. Okay, you guys. So the questions have ended. That's great. I hope you guys all feel really good about our time together here. If you are looking for more help and support, then please, please, please consider joining, like Lisa did, the Boost Your Boot. I always call it that. The Boutique Elite membership. It's a monthly membership and there's tons of training inside of it. So if you don't have experience in retail, it's like jam-packed. And then of course, as always, my boot camps are available self-study wise. And then 6-figure blueprints opening end of April. Mindset Bootcamp will open soon. We'll get you guys so many more details about that. But thank you so much for joining me. It's been so fun to be here. I am working on my consistency because I've been kind of all over the place the past couple weeks with my own ups and downs. So, you know, here we go. Georgia, the monthly membership, there's 2 options if you pay in full and then monthly. So just head to boutiqueelitemembership.com and you'll see all the options. So it's all one word, boutiqueelitemembership.com. I'll post it below when I jump off. And it has everything there. So there's a couple different options to pay. So cool. Thank you so much, guys. I love seeing you here. And I'll end it as always. Here's to making lots of friends and making lots of money. Talk to you soon. Bye.